So Sifu Wu Ming here with another 5 minutes martial art workout. This one actually goes 6 minutes and 26 seconds or something like that. Here I am just doing basically Sanchen footwork, but while holding on to these dumbbells, 15-pound dumbbells. You could use 20s if you want. I think 30s are probably impossible for most people, but whatever, give it a try. Then, keeping with a forearm exercise, I start doing these hammer, like, I don't even know what I would call these, but my friend Player 2 Player showed me these in his 5 minute Fab workout or whatever, Fab 5 workout. So I've taken them as a part of my workout. They work great for forearm strength. And then at the end of this forearm workout, I'm going to do another exercise that I always did before, which was just wrist curls, but like standing up wrist curls. It's a bit different than the regular wrist curl you would see people do in the gym or whatnot, where they rest their arm on their knee, which is fine and might even be better than my version. Just my version is way more convenient for me because I can just stay standing and go right into these wrist curls. So not sure if it's the best for technique or growth, but it's just the best thing for me to do because it works for me, it's convenient for me, and that means that I'm going to do it every day. That means I'm going to show up to do it every day, which is discipline. And I don't see the point in doing an exercise that you really hate doing just because it hits the target in the best way, the target muscle group in the best way possible, because you can hit that same muscle group with an exercise that you love doing, and because you love doing that exercise, you're going to do it way more often, you're going to be way more disciplined, and therefore you're going to look better, get more out of it than if you had done the exercise that hits it properly or whatever it is scientifically, or some bodybuilder that's, roided out on steroids tells you to do. But anyways, I think you'll find if you do things that are comfortable for you, and obviously it's good to get out of your comfort zone every so often, and it is good to change up your exercises every so often, so don't get me wrong. But at the same time, if an exercise just suits you, if it fits your eye, if it makes you feel good, if you enjoy doing it, if you actually want to do it every day, then you're gonna get a lot of benefits out of that. And I think more benefits than maybe what some people would call the better exercise. That's all. So here I am. So I'm just going through a range of just regular weightlifting exercises. I did curls here. I did forearm curls. I did like wrist curls. I did those hammers. Now I'm just doing a military press. It's also good to hold in place of a military press and hold as long as you can type thing. Often I include that at the end of my set. I'll do like as many as I can and then hold it for as long as I can at the end. But again, experiment, with what works for you. Like here I am holding it at the end. I could have probably held it longer, but that's, but just holding it that much even just adds a little bit extra to that workout. These I'm going to call floor ups or deadlifts. So I'm just, again, it's only 15-pound weights. I have an abdominal hernia, and you can see I'm wearing an abdominal wall binder because of that. So I don't want to push it with too much weight, but I could do this with 40-pound weights. So you might think that I'm not using a lot of weight, and that's true. You could use way more weight for this exercise, but because of the state I'm in, I'm doing it with 15-pound weights. And just if people aren't doing it at all and then they do it with 15-pound weights, then that's a huge benefit to their life. That's a huge win for them then. So I always hate it when bodybuilders that lift 500 pounds for this exercise will go watch someone doing it with 15-pound weights and then make fun of them, then discourage them, etc. When meanwhile, lifting those 15-pound weights was way better than sitting on the couch watching TV. And so I'm always happy to see somebody doing any sort of exercise whatsoever. I think to myself, great, good for you. You're getting better. You're going to be happier. You're going to be healthier. You're going to get things done that you couldn't have gotten done before. And so I always support people exercising, even if it's not the right technique, even if it's not the right exercise, even if it's not blah, blah, blah. And who am I to say what's right or wrong? I know what's right or wrong for me, and I've been learning that for 44 years now. So I have 44 years of experience telling me what works for me. I don't think anyone else on this planet is more of an expert on what works on me than I am. And I hope, again, that I instill that attitude in the people watching this, because do it your own way. Find your own way. This is just my way. If you don't have a way, if you want to learn some things you could add to your way, then watch my video. Do the video with me. Do the exercises as I do them, and see how it works. See what works. Take from it what works for you, and do it on your own. You don't have to do my exercise, and you don't have to do anyone else's exercise either. Blessings to everyone.